Numerous studies have found breast milk to be beneficial for babies, yet it's often not easy for some mothers to provide breast milk to their infants. World Breastfeeding Week was commemorated last week. Stasha Jordan, founder of SA Breast Milk Reserve, talks about this year's theme, Educate and Support. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Breast milk would be something that some would take for granted and not think that there are some mothers who struggle to produce breast milk for their babies. And of course, that in itself must cause a lot of frustration and emotion. Talk to us about your work and what you aim to do in supporting mothers and children.
Good afternoon, Mpo, and thank you for having us. A happy World Breastfeeding Week. Breastfeeding is essential for the well-being of babies, and this year's theme is Educate and Support, precisely because of the fact that whilst breastfeeding may be biological, may be natural, it might not necessarily come naturally. And therefore, we need to support communities to breastfeed by creating a warm chain of support where we involve all healthcare professionals, communities, families, healthcare professionals in an effort to empower mothers to breastfeed in the face of aggressive marketing of formula products.
So what are some of the challenges faced by infants in accessing breast milk? I mean, you make mention of its importance to overall health and well-being of a baby as you speak about formula versus breast milk. What are the big differences?
Well, the differences are numerous. First and foremost, breastfeeding is a biological system. It's just not a meal at the breast, and this comprises a biophysical, biochemical, and psychosocial a mechanism which teaches not only the body to build the immune system, but also a love language. It's also a form of education between mother and child. It teaches us to parent, and it teaches the baby to survive. Now, what the challenges are is that often failing maternal health, which affects babies that are born prematurely, does lead temporarily to some mothers being unable to breastfeed. And in this case, the human milk banks play an integral role in supporting babies that are admitted to the neonatal intensive care units, because in the period where mothers are unable to breastfeed, your breast milk makes a key difference to the survival of very low birth weight infants, which are babies that are born between 500 grams and, let's say, 1.8 to kilos, or below 36 week gestation.
Yeah. But what would you say to new age mothers who are doing away, perhaps making it like almost a trend to not breastfeed, and of course maybe dispel the myths of having given birth to a child and what that would do to the shape or of your breast, as the new age mothers are perhaps under some sort of misconception that if you don't breastfeed, your breasts will remain intact?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to tell mothers that pregnancy itself changes the shape of your breasts, and this is biology and science. However, what I want to tell moms is please do not believe everything you are targeted with on social media, because pharmaceutical and other companies aim at you to discourage you from breastfeeding, because they are planting the seed of doubt in you. They make you believe that your breast milk may not be good enough, that you will not be as free as you might think you are otherwise, which is absolute and utter nonsense, which is profit-driven and unethical. Your breast is the safest place for you and your baby. And this is something I would like to tell moms. It's really important to detach ourselves from everything that we are bombarded with through digital technologies today, and to detach ourselves and to really go back to nature, to educate ourselves before we give birth, and to resolve, not on the day we give birth, but long before, that we can and we will breastfeed.
Yeah, very well. Thank you so much for clearing that and, of course, a very educational short conversation. Founder of SA Breast Milk Reserve, Stasha Jordan. Thank you for your time.